Hello. Good morning. Well, welcome to the initial broadcast ng this channel, no? Uh, it's the name of the channel is of course Partido Republicano Las Islas Filipinas, or Republican Party of the Islands of the Philippines. The intention of this channel is to give its 10-cent word of opinion, on the news happening now in the Philippines and also in other parts of the world. And we take a listen and what's going on, and some may agree, some will disagree, and things like that. But then again, it's opinion, and hopefully we learn something on this venture. So what we have right now is a news report about a probe on uh, the Senator Villar, about the flood control projects, and we'll see what they have to say. Let's take a listen.
Mark Villar says he's ready to disprove the Justice Department's allegation that he and his relatives are connected to anomalous flood control projects. Adrian Ayalin has the story.
Well, of course, you're going to deny that you're connected to a flood control project. I mean, if you're in government, duh.
And guests of Senate, good afternoon to all of you.
After his name was mentioned by Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla regarding the ongoing probe on allegedly anomalous flood and other infrastructure projects, Senator Mark Villar said he welcomes and fully supports any investigation as he has nothing to hide. Villar,
When you say there's nothing to hide, then you kind of think there's probably something you're hiding.
who served as Secretary of the Department of Public Works and Highways during the Duterte administration, stressed that he has no direct nor indirect ownership nor controlling interest in any company participating in government projects.
Yeah,
he
right,
also said
sure.
official record confirms that none of his relatives acquired any contract during his tenure as Secretary.
Are you
On
sure?
Wednesday, Remulla said Villar is among those being investigated over allegedly anomalous flood control as well as other infrastructure projects. Remulla noted that a relative of Villar was involved in projects totaling more than 18 billion pesos.
First cousin niya yung contractor doon sa lugar nila. So, that's the
Wala raw connection, ha? Sabi ko na nga ba, stake pa more.
prohibited interest.
According to DOJ Assistant Secretary Mico Clavano, a prohibited interest is any financial stake of a senator or congressman in government contracts during their term of office. Clavano adds, this is prohibited to ensure lawmakers serve only the public's interest and not their own.
That's kind of weird, when you say that, to serve the public interest and not their own. You know, what you tell the Filipino people is that when you enter politics, it's to serve your country. But that's not exactly true. You're there para yumaman ka. Basically, it's money making venture, no? I mean, let's not be huwag na tayo maglokohan, ika nga. It's the thing, I remember we were invited to a senator's birthday party, and this senator is known to be a womanizer, and she's got a lot of families. I'm seriously a lot of families and a lot of children. So we were sitting down on that table, and then he looks at me. I'm not gonna mention his name. He looks at me and he said, uh, you know, in order to have this, you know what you need to do? And I said, what? And he goes, enter politics. And then he smiled. Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
Also being investigated are former Senator Cynthia Villar and Senator Camille Villar.
Siyempre, kasama rin yan, kasama rin yan. That prohibited interest really has to stop. Well, isa lang yan. Marami yan. It's all over the Philippines. People know it.
Remulla welcomed the willingness of
Prohibited interest. It's just funny when Remulla was saying that, a couple of months back, or I guess some time back, wasn't there a shipment of MJ to his son that's going to be under the purview? The investigators will be under the purview of the Department of Justice. And what happened? The case was thrown out, diba? Isn't that something? I mean, you didn't inhibit yourself. You didn't even take a vacation. You're still there. And you think the prosecutors would actually prosecute? I don't think so.
Senator Mark Villar to cooperate with the ongoing investigations on government projects.
Kasi, ikaklaro natin lahat yan. We have to get all the records. Alam niyo naman, ang dami-dami natin trabaho dito. But we have to deal with each one of them carefully. Each case, each different case, and each one is a different count.
He also mentioned that there was an effort from the camp of the Villars to set a meeting with him.
Wala pa ako response. Kasi nga, I'd rather it be done officially. Transparently, officially, across the board, para walang masabi na he said, she said.
The Independent Commission for Infrastructure has sent a letter to Senator Villar inviting him to attend its next hearing on October 7. Meanwhile, the Commission on Audit has filed a fresh audit report with the fact-finding body regarding so-called paid ghost projects in Bulacan.
Won't you agree if there's an anomaly, like the Commission Audit finds out that there's an anomaly in the project? Don't you think na the Commission, the COA, would have the ability to say, questionable to project na to, who is the proponent? Say, Senator this and this and this, or Representative this and this. Automatically on the day that they found out na there's an anomaly, don't you think it's better if the assets of the proponents are frozen? Diba? They're gonna yell na, that's coming from good source. So they're crying, due process. But then again, they're the proponent. Who would know unless it's proven, diba? And while it's being litigated upon, then they should be frozen and could not be transferred to anybody. Diba? Kasi when you say na they're going to be litigated upon or they're going to be investigated upon, right there and then they're going to start withdrawing and depositing it to the relatives. Diba? Don't you think? Once it should be announced by COA, but once they found out, call the bank, that banking system that handles the count of this, so and so, and get it frozen, and then get it approved by the what is that? The one that handles money laundering, diba? Don't you think? They should pass. Oh, I don't think they're gonna pass a law about that. No, but well, they can try. Good try.
According to the audit report, some flood control projects under the DPWH Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office do not exist or were transferred to another location and had irregularities. Among those flagged by COA are projects by Sims Construction Trading, Top Notch Catalyst Builders Incorporated, and 888 Construction and Supply Incorporated. So far, COA has brought 17 fraud audit reports to the ICI and the Ombudsman. Adrian Ayalin, ABS-CBN News.
And that's the thing, like I said before. Entering into government means to serve the Filipino people, and to serve them truthfully and things like that. That is the goal. That is the promise. But the goal is to enrich yourself, So far, there's only one president that did not enrich himself, but he died in a plane crash. My grandmother used to say, that he was the best president. He was the best president, and things like that. Not because the other presidents are not good enough, or things like that, but the intention of serving is really there. Uh, Good senators, there are a few. One that comes into mind is Juan Flavier, or Juan Flavier. He entered politics with only this much amount in the bank, and he exited the Senate with only this amount of money in the bank. Need I say more? Anyway, if you like this channel, if you like what's being done here, don't forget to ring the bell and like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, and share. Okay, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll do this again.